And I'm starting with green cauliflower. And all I did was boil this in some water until the flowerets are just al dente. I really don't want these to be mushy. And I want them to retain their green color, so I keep the lid off of the pot. Bucatini. And that is a pasta that has a hole in it. That's what it means. Bucatini is a thicker pasta that has a hole in the middle. And we're going to be cooking a pound of bucatini in the same water that we cooked the green cauliflower in. So you know the rule. Enough water, at least 4 to 6 quarts, with a tablespoon of salt. In go the bucatini. Now, for this recipe, we have some onions here, just cooking in a little bit of olive oil. 1 onion in about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. And I want to cook that down until it's very soft. And then with that, here are some of the other ingredients that we're going to have. First of all, let me show you green cauliflower in case you're not familiar with it. It's just another variety of cauliflower. And in some parts of Sicily, this is called broccolo. So it gets confusing to think of broccoli. We know broccoli is green, but this is often called broccolo in Sicily, not the traditional broccoli that we think of. So to clean it, you just want to take the core off. You see, just like that. And then get rid of the outer leaves. And of course, when you buy this, you want to make sure that you look to see that there are no brown spots on the cauliflower. And then all I did was break this up into pieces. You see, those became my flowerets, and I put them in the water to cook. So that's all there is to that. Then after you've got that all cleaned, you can make your sauce. These are anchovies, and I want about 3 anchovies to flavor my sauce. So you want to cook the anchovies, mashing on them a little bit, because you really want them to dissolve in the olive oil. That's what gives this a very nice flavor. And I hear the pot rumbling over here, and now I'm going to have to take that top off because I think my pasta is starting to boil. Yes, it is. And when it does, I just want to give it one more stir. Now, because bucatini is a thicker pasta, it's going to take a little longer to cook, so you really have to keep your eye on it. Pine nuts. You find pine nuts a lot in Sicilian cooking, and this is what they look like. They come from the stone pine tree, and they're very, very hard to extract, and that's what makes them so expensive. So now they go in. And now you're probably saying, this is starting to be a rather unusual combination of ingredients. And you're absolutely right, because we also are going to put in currants or raisins. You see, these are currants, but you can use raisins if you don't have these. And this goes in. And this really mimics the whole idea of the underlying flavors of Sicilian food, which is agrodolce, sweet and sour at the same time. You find that theme in many, many Sicilian dishes. And here the raisins, of course, or the currants, are giving us that sweetness. And then I want to give this a little bit of salt. That goes in. I want about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And the nice thing about this is that you can use just what you need, cap it, and the rest goes in the refrigerator. So instead of opening a whole can for just 2 tablespoons, the tube is a much better idea. Now, I need some of the water that I'm cooking the pasta in. This is another unique thing about Italian cooking, is that in many pasta dishes, pasta water is used in the sauce. And because we cooked our cauliflower in the water first, it gave it the flavor of the cauliflower itself. So you want to dissolve the tomato paste in the water. And now this is going to be added to my sauce. So in it goes. And when you drain pasta, remember, always leave a little of the water clinging to it. This will help it blend well with your sauce. In it goes. Came out perfectly. And now, let's turn this off and get our sauce in. Put the sauce in, and we're going to put our broccoli in, our cauliflower, our broccolo, as it's called in certain parts of Sicily. And because we used anchovies in this, of course, we are using no cheese with this. And look at how colorful this is. Every time I make this dish, I'm just reminded of the many times that I have been in central Sicily, in the province of Caltanissetta, from where Giuseppina and my family both come. So you want to give that a really good toss to get all of those ingredients well mixed with the pasta. And then get out a serving dish, place it in, and you are ready to enjoy a wonderful feast of bucatini with broccolo.